African proverb that says that if a young man boasts that he has more clothes than an old man, then the old man will tell him that he had made more rags than the young man. The words of our fathers are words of wisdom. And that is why we'll say that our father told us that if you live in glass house, do not throw stone. I repeat, even if it's not a glass house, do not throw stone. Why? Because the stone might come back and hit your head. Our forefathers also have this saying that what a young man can climb on top of the palm tree and would not see the future. But an old man can sit down and he will see the future clearly. Not because the old man has sharper eyes than the young man, but because the old man has more experience than the young man. And that is why we say that the words of our father are words of wisdom. Our father also told us that if you are looking for the eye of an animal, you go to the head. If you are looking for the eye of an animal, you go to the head. Why? Because the head is where the eyes of an animal usually are found. Our forefathers also tells us that when tree falls on tree, you remove the topmost first. Do not think as a young man you can just grab all the trees and throw them off. You could injure your hand, your waist, or even die in the process. And that is why you have to remove the topmost first. Probably it is not the topmost that is most important, but you have to be patient. Remove the topmost first until you get to the bottom. And that is why our forefathers also said, when you find an elephant blocking your path to the farm, the best way to remove this elephant is to cut it bit by bit. And finally, all this I'm telling you now, there's one thing you can learn from it, that the sure way to predict the future, the sure way to begin to see what the future will bring, might not necessarily be how bright your visions are, but what has happened before, the things you have passed through before, the experience you had before. All this will amount to you predicting the future. And finally, a person is a person because of other people. A person is a person because of other people. Why are we saying all these parables? Why are we telling you all these wise saying from our fathers? The reason is because the same fathers of ours, our ancestors, said that if you see and you listen to wickedness, you have partake in that wickedness. If you see and listen and accept, you have partake in that wickedness. And that is why we always in this program tells you that to leave errors unrefuted is to encourage intellectual immorality. We never leave errors unrefuted. We will always tell you when an error has been made. Why? Because if we know where we are, we're able to predict where we'll be in 5 years. With that, I say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Ini TV. We are global and social commentator. Here, we preach good governance. And we have a bear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Why have we been making lots and lots of wise saying, parables? Because there is this belief that when a wise man talks to you in parable, you never forget what he is saying. The reason why we are making this video today is because we have said it over and over again. This is the part 6 of our series titled A no to Asue lghodalo is a no to Governor Godwin Obaseki. And a no to Governor Godwin Obaseki is also a no to Asue lghodalo. A lot of people have asked me, why are you talking so much about Obaseki? Why are you talking so much about the governor that will be off in 5-6 months' time? But I will tell you this. If Obaseki has not planted, if Obaseki have not brought in a surrogate, if Obaseki have not brought in somebody to wash his back, if Obaseki have not brought in Asue lghodalo, I promise you, I would not have talked about Asue lghodalo. The real reason why Obaseki brought in Asue lghodalo is to watch his back. When he is gone, he no longer has immunity. He no longer has protection. The FCC might be on his neck. The KGB might be on his neck. The FBI too, who knows, might be on his neck. I said might. And that is why he needed an inside man, a protection, somebody to watch his back. One will ask the question, why does Obaseki want his back to be watched? I'll tell you, Obaseki made a lot of promises that he did not keep. He knows fully well. So I'm going to tell you the promises that he made and he did not. Texted, so let's go. A picture there about the list of the promises that Obaseki did not keep. I will just run through them. First of all, he promised us Gele seaports. Up to now, there is no Gele seaports. He promised us about the Edo North Airport, which was supposed to be an international airport, and the Benin airport now will be a cargo airport. He did not fulfill that one. He also promised us a Motan guiding estate. Promises failed. He promised us industrial park. Promises failed. He promised us innovation hub. Failed. He promised us Malaysia University of Innovation. Failed. He promised us Sobefan. Failed. He promised he would do the Benin Abraka Road. Failed. He promised Ekenwa Ogbuyoko Road. Failed. He promised Benin Auchi Railway Line. Failed. He promised he would do something about Edo Line. Failed. The question we're asking Obaseki, how many numbers of school were you able to put in for the 8 years that you were the governor of Edo State? How many numbers of healthcare centers were you able to give us, we Edolites? Don't forget, we're about 5 million people. How many standard roads that you built? Standard. Look at what Alex Oti is doing. He's using Julius Berger. I don't even know the contractor Obaseki is using. What they are doing is just earth road, pour quota on it. Then, how many teachers were employed in the public sector the 8 years that you've been in? How many health workers were recruited? Now, let's talk about bursary to secondary school and university. I remember when I was in school, we used to have bursary from the state, Edo State, precisely. Then we also are asking our dear governor, what did you do with the 18 billion refund to Edo State from the federal roads that Oshomole did? Oshomole took 18 billion to do federal road. Oshomole did not say these are federal road, I will not do them. Oshomole did them, put a proposal to the federal government. And the money now came after he has gone, when Obaseki was there. What did Obaseki do with the 18 billion? We are also asking our dear governor, what did you do with the 24 billion from the Paris reform? We want to know, or don't you think it's our right to know? Please, sir, what did you do with the various loans that you have taken? Have had on 2 occasions Loans have been taken by the Edo state government during the 8 years of Obaseki. What happened to those loans? How much are we owing? I know how much are we owing, but I just want the government to tell us how much are we owing and how are we supposed to pay back this debt, this huge, massive debt that you have put us in. Obaseki has no answer to 90% of the questions I've asked. And the best way that these questions don't pop up when he is gone is to have his own right man, is to have his main man, is to have somebody who will watch his back. And that is the job Asue lghodalo is coming to do. And that is why we are saying a no to Asue lghodalo is a no to Governor Godwin Obaseki, and vice versa. Why? We want a situation when he is gone, somebody or an institution will hold him accountable. Come and give your stewardship. Come and tell us 8 years. What did you do? How much came in? How did you spend? Whatever you spend. That is something I think Obaseki has no answer to it. If not, every year he should have given us a breakdown. Every year he should have given us a breakdown. And what did he, these 8 years, what is he noted for? Obaseki for these 8 years is noted for fighting everybody. Everybody seems to have an issue with him. Everybody seems to be attacking him. Everybody, it looks as if he's not liked. Everybody hates him. Everybody's out there to make his tenure horrible. And that is why he has fought a lot of people. You see what we posted now? Let's see how many people he has. We are standing with the palace. The palace issue, we're not going to talk about it now. A lot of people are saying that Obaseki has dragged the palace, His Royal Highness Obatope, he said, to court. We don't want to talk about it for now because of time. We will talk about it later. We will tell you how this issue started. If Obaseki is not directly involved, he planted the seed that has germinated to the Enoge's heart to begin to revolt against their father. Anyway, we just want to tell you those he has fought with. First of all, we all are aware. Now, instead of fulfilling those promises, he was busy fighting these people I want to console. First of all, Oshomole, his godfather. Don't forget, Oshomole brought him in. Why he was campaigning, Obaseki did not say a word. Go back and watch the first campaign that Obaseki did. It was Oshomole that was his mouthpiece. Oshomole told us that this man will perform. It was the second time that he began to give those promises that he have done nothing. So when people say he has done nothing, we are telling you that 90% of what he promised, he didn't do. And for me, that's a failure. And a failure should not be encouraged. So Obaseki fought Oshomole. Oshomole was his first victim. And the fight made us, Edo State, lose a national chairman of parties that we didn't like anyway. So the next person he fought with is Tony Kabaka. Do you know that when Obaseki was coming to Edo State, that's why people say he came from Lagos. He had no house in Benin. He stayed in Tony Kabaka's hotel. That was where he used as a kind of a logistic base. And do you know that 2 or 3 years later, it was that same hotel he destroyed because he fell off face with Tony Kabaka. He wanted, in his own word, to tell Tony Kabaka, say, I am the governor of the state. I am the #1 citizen. I have the power to do and undo. Remember, may his soul rest in peace, Captain Hossa, late. Remember how Captain Hossa said he took Obaseki to China to learn how to administer the states, how to improve on the economy of the states. And what happened? The fight, allegedly, probably it was the fight that wrecked his businesses down. And it was those businesses that were wrecked that got bad names from newspapers. Nobody knows who sponsored those newspapers. Probably directly or indirectly. That was how the gentleman passed away. May his soul rest in peace. Remember, he also have a fight with Pastor Eze Iyamo. Remember, Oshomole wanted to remove him because Oshomole spoke to him. A lot of people are not happy with you. A lot of people are not happy with you. Please, let your government touch the grassroots, reach the people. Now, Obaseki now, turned around and said Oshomole wanted him to share the money. So that was why he fought against Oshomole. But later, we know how much that went into hands to move from APC to PDP. Even as election is coming now, we know how much it's moving. So Pastor Eze Yamo was another victim that suffered in the hands of our dear governor. Everybody to fight you. Wike also was not spared. Wike also have the blows from our dear governor. Even the palace got some punches too. We will talk about this palace. This is going to be a full video. Then there are people like Dan Obi that also is fighting. Recently, I just watched a video after Obaseki told Danobi that he was going to deal with him. Danobi has changed his mind now. Danobi is now saying he's in support of Obaseki. Remember Philip Shaibu, the fight that he had with his deputy. And above all, remember how citizens' houses were destroyed. Who does that? Don't be juju be that. These are citizens that you swore that you are coming to protect lives and property and give them good governance. And it happened that you, as a governor, started destroying citizens' houses. I watched a video. I don't know if it's a stage managed video about a guy who said he was going to hang himself, commit suicide, because all his investments, he put it in a property in Benin that was destroyed by the government. So if you look at the people he has fought with, and there is this saying by our ancestors, our forefathers, that if everybody attacks you, if everybody says you are bad, then it is high time you wait, stand, look around, check yourself if you are not the problem. Because our fathers also say that when death is too much in a drink, even a blind man will notice. Governor Obaseki, we want you to take a retrospective look. Look at all these people you fought with. Look at how you were them. We were good friends at the beginning. And at the end of the day, you fell short or you no longer were their friends. Take a retrospective look. Check yourself and ask yourself the question: am I the problem? This is Ini TV. We are global and social commentator. Remember, this is part 6. A no to Asue lghodalo is a no to Governor Godwin Obaseki. Remember, here we'll tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. We don't want Obaseki to leave a seed behind. Why? Because birds of the same feather flocks together. People of like mind think alike. Asue lghodalo is a paddy of Obaseki. In fact, both of them were with Oshomole. So Asue lghodalo is going to continue from where Obaseki stopped. And that is what promises faith. And on the other hand, protect his paddy, watch his back. Where this is where we will draw the curtain. Remember, no to Obaseki is a no to Asue lghodalo. Part 6. We will reach part 10 the way things are going. The case of Obaseki dragging the palace to the courts, we will tell you. That will be next on our program. So I am your anchor man, Ini TV. We'll ask you to please comment like, and subscribe. After you subscribe, just press the notification bell button so that each time we upload video, it comes directly to you. And for our returning subscribers, we say, thank you, thank you, thank you. We love you, but God love you most. As it is the culture in this channel, we will get to you when we make the next video. Until then, we'll say, chooks, ciao, adios, au revoir, hasta la vista. Bye-bye.